At my parents' Christmas dinner, my 9-year-old daughter was seated on a folding chair next to the kitchen trash can. Not at the table. Not with the family. 14 people sat at the dining table, laughing and passing dishes. Maddie sat 4 feet away, alone, with a paper plate on her lap and a plastic fork. When she asked for more mashed potatoes, my sister said, "We only made enough for people at the actual table." Maddie looked at me from across the room. Her eyes were wet, but she was not crying. She whispered, "Mom, are you going to do the thing you promised?" I did not stand up and make a scene. I did not yell. I pulled out my phone, opened my banking app, and made 3 transfers. $58,000. Every penny I had loaned my parents over 7 years. Moved from their accounts to mine. 5 minutes later, my father checked his phone and went white. By the time he started shouting, we were already out the door. That moment was 3 years in the making. But it felt like a lifetime. The morning started the way every Christmas at my parents' house started. Chaos. Noise. Too many people in too small a space. I should have known better. I should have stayed home. But I kept hoping. Every year, I hoped it would be different. Every year, I was wrong. I woke up at 6 a.m. in my own bed. The plan was to drive to my parents' house at noon. 2-hour drive. Maddie was still asleep. I made coffee. I checked work emails. I am a data analyst for a pharmaceutical company. I work from home most days. I make good money. Enough to be comfortable. Enough to have been bailing out my parents for years without really feeling it. Until I felt it. Maddie came downstairs at 7:30. She was wearing the red Christmas dress I bought her. Velvet. With a white collar. She looked beautiful. She was 9 years old. Small for her age. Quiet. Thoughtful. The kind of kid who notices everything but does not always say it out loud. "Morning, Mom." "Morning, baby. You look so pretty." "Thanks. Are we still going to Grandma's?" I heard the hesitation in her voice. "Do you want to go?" She shrugged. "I do not know. Last year was kind of weird." "Weird how?" "They just did not really talk to me. And Aunt Jackie's kids got so many presents and I got, like, 3. And they were all kind of boring." "I know. I am sorry. It is okay." She poured herself cereal. "Are you going to do the thing you promised?" "What thing?" "The thing you said. That if they were mean again, you would do something about it." "You promised." I had forgotten I said that. It was last January. Right after Christmas. Maddie was upset. She asked me why Grandma and Grandpa liked her cousins more than her. I told her they did not. She said yes they do, and I could not argue. So I told her if it happened again, I would handle it. I would stand up for her. I would make it stop. She remembered. She had been carrying that promise for 11 months. "Yes," I said. "If they are mean again, I will do something about it. I promise." She nodded. "Okay." We finished breakfast. We got in the car. We drove. 2 hours of highway and small towns and Christmas music on the radio. Maddie read a book. I thought about turning around. Going home. Making an excuse. But I did not. I kept driving. My name is Nicole. Nicole Hartman. I am 37 years old. I have been divorced for 5 years. I have 1 daughter. Maddie. The light of my life. The reason I work so hard. The reason I keep showing up to family events even though they make me miserable. My family is small. My parents, Robert and Linda. Both in their 60s. Retired. Living on Social Security and the occasional odd job. They have always struggled financially. Bad decisions. Bad luck. A combination of both. I have been helping them for years. Paying their electric bill. Covering their car repairs. Lending them money for property taxes. They never pay me back. I never ask them to. That is what family does. Or so I thought. My sister Jackie is 2 years older than me. She has 3 kids. 2 boys and a girl. Ages 11, 9, and 7. Her husband is a contractor. They do fine. Not rich. Not struggling. They live 30 minutes from my parents. They visit all the time. Jackie and my mom are close. Best friends. They talk every day. They go shopping together. They post photos together. My beautiful daughter and me. Girls' Day with my favorite person. I am not my mother's favorite person. I never have been. Jackie is fun. Spontaneous. She throws parties. She decorates for every holiday. She makes everything an event. I am practical. I plan. I budget. I work. I am boring. At least, that is what my mother implies. Nicole, you are always so serious. You should relax more. Be more like Jackie. The favoritism extends to the grandchildren. Jackie's kids are loud. Energetic. They demand attention and they get it. Maddie is quiet. She reads. She draws. She asks thoughtful questions. She gets overlooked. Every single time. When Jackie's daughter Emma turned 9 last year, my parents threw a huge party. Rented a bounce house. Hired a face painter. Invited 40 people. They posted hundreds of photos. Our precious granddaughter. 9 years and still the light of our lives. When Maddie turned 9 in June, my parents sent a card with a $50 check. No party. No celebration. No visit. They said they were too busy. Jackie was remodeling her kitchen and my mom was helping. They did not have time. Maddie did not cry. She just said, "It is okay, Mom. We can have our own party." We did. Just the two of us. Cake. Movies. Presents. She was happy. But I saw the hurt underneath. The confusion. The question she did not ask out loud. Why am I not enough? That question haunted me. Because I did not have an answer. I did not know why my parents treated her differently. I did not know why they showered Jackie's kids with attention and ignored mine. I did not know how to fix it. So I just kept showing up. Kept hoping. Kept pretending it would get better. It never got better. It got worse. We arrived at my parents' house at 1 p.m. The driveway was already full. Jackie's minivan. My uncle's truck. My aunt's sedan. I parked on the street. Maddie and I walked up to the door. I could hear noise inside. Laughter. Music. Chaos. I knocked. My mother answered. "Nicole, you are here. Come in, come in. We are just setting up for dinner." "Hi, Mom. Merry Christmas." "Merry Christmas, sweetie." "Hi, Maddie. Do not you look pretty?" Maddie smiled. "Thanks, Grandma. Go put your coats in the guest room. Then come help in the kitchen." We went to the guest room. It was full of other people's coats. Purses. Bags. We added ours to the pile. Maddie looked at me. "How many people are here?" "I do not know. A lot." "Okay." We went to the living room. 14 people. My parents. Jackie and her husband and 3 kids. My uncle and aunt. My 2 cousins. A family friend. Everyone was talking at once. The TV was on. Kids were running around. It was overwhelming. Jackie saw me. "Nicole." "Hey." "Merry Christmas." "Merry Christmas." She hugged me. Quick. Obligatory. Then she turned back to the conversation she was having. I stood there, holding Maddie's hand, feeling invisible. My mother came out of the kitchen. "Okay, everyone, dinner is almost ready. Let us set the table." Everyone moved to the dining room. My parents had a big table. Seats 8 comfortably. 10 if you squeeze. But there were 14 people. My father had added a folding table at the end. It seated 4 more. 14 total. Perfect. Except it was not 14. It was 15. Nobody had counted Maddie. My mother started directing people to seats. "Robert, you sit at the head." "I will sit here." "Jackie, you and your family here." "Nicole, you sit here next to me." And, she looked at Maddie. She frowned. "Oh, we do not have a seat for Maddie." "What?" I said. "I only set 14 places. I forgot she was coming." "Mom, I told you we were both coming. 3 weeks ago." I know. I just lost count." "It is fine. We will figure it out." She looked around. The table was full. Every seat had a plate, silverware, a glass. 14 place settings. My father had worked hard on this. It looked nice. Festive. Complete. Here, my mother said. She grabbed a folding chair from the hall closet. She set it up in the corner of the dining room, next to the kitchen trash can, 4 feet away from the table. Maddie can sit here. I stared at her. You are serious? It is just for today, Nicole. Do not make it a big deal. She will be fine. She is 9 years old. You want her to sit by herself next to the trash can? She is not by herself. She is in the same room. And it is not next to the trash can. It is near the trash can. There is a difference. Jackie walked over. What is the problem? There is no seat for Maddie at the table, I said. Oh. Well, she can sit on the folding chair. It is fine. It is not fine. It is humiliating. You are being dramatic, Nicole. She is a kid. She does not care. I looked at Maddie. She was standing very still. Her face was blank, but her hands were clenched at her sides. It is okay, Mom, Maddie said quietly. I can sit there. No. You should not have to. It is fine. Really. She walked over to the folding chair. She sat down. She looked so small. So alone. 4 feet away from everyone else. Next to a trash can. With no place setting. No plate. No silverware. Nothing. My mother handed her a paper plate. Here you go, sweetie. We will bring you food when it is ready. Maddie took the plate. She said thank you. She set it on her lap. I wanted to scream. I wanted to grab her and leave. But I did not. I told myself it was one dinner. One meal. It would be over soon. We would go home. We would never come back. I sat at the table. In my assigned seat. Next to my mother. Across from Jackie. I stared at my plate. I felt sick. Dinner started. My father carved the turkey. My mother passed dishes. Everyone filled their plates. Talking. Laughing. Telling stories. Nobody looked at Maddie. Nobody asked if she wanted anything. She just sat there. On her folding chair. With her paper plate. Waiting. After everyone at the table had food, my mother finally walked over to Maddie. She put a small scoop of turkey on her plate. A spoonful of mashed potatoes. Some green beans. No gravy. No rolls. No cranberry sauce. Just the basics. There you go, honey. Enjoy. Maddie looked at the plate. Then at the table. Where everyone else had full plates. Multiple servings. Seconds already. Can I have some more mashed potatoes? Maddie asked. My sister laughed. We only made enough for people at the actual table. Everyone laughed. Like it was a joke. Like it was funny. Maddie flushed red. She looked down at her plate. I put my fork down. Jackie, that is not funny. Relax. Nicole. I am just kidding. No. You are not. Oh my God, you are so sensitive. She is fine. I looked at Maddie. She was eating. Small bites. Not looking at anyone. I wanted to go to her. I wanted to pull her into my lap. I wanted to leave. But I stayed. I stayed because I am a coward. I stayed because I did not want to cause a scene. I stayed because I kept hoping someone would say something. Someone would stand up for her. Someone would notice how wrong this was. Nobody did. They kept eating. Kept talking. Kept pretending Maddie was not sitting 4 feet away, alone, next to a trash can, with a paper plate and not enough food. 30 minutes into dinner, Maddie looked at me. Our eyes met across the room. Hers were wet. She was not crying. But she was close. She mouthed 2 words. You promised. Then she said it out loud. Quiet. But clear. Mom, are you going to do the thing you promised? The table went silent. Everyone looked at me. Then at Maddie. Then back at me. What thing? My mother asked. I did not answer her. I looked at Maddie. Yes. I pulled out my phone. I opened my banking app. I had access to my parents' account. They gave me access years ago when I started helping them with bills. In case of emergency, they said. So you can transfer money when we need it. I had transferred money into their account dozens of times over the years. Thousands of dollars. $58,300 to be exact. I kept a spreadsheet. Dates. Amounts. Reasons. Electric bill. Car repair. Property taxes. Medical bills. Groceries. Rent 1 month when my dad lost his job. Over and over. I gave and gave and gave. They never paid me back. They never even asked if they could. They just assumed I would keep giving. Because that is what I did. I was the reliable one. The one with money. The one who fixed things. Not anymore. I transferred the money. Every penny. $58,300. From their account to mine. 3 transactions. Savings to checking. Checking to my savings. Checking to my investment account. Done. 5 minutes. Gone. I stood up. Maddie, get your coat. What are you doing? My mother asked. Leaving. We have not even had dessert yet. I do not care. Nicole, sit down. You are embarrassing yourself. I am embarrassing myself? You seated my daughter next to a trash can. It is just a chair. You are being ridiculous. My father's phone buzzed. He looked at it. His face went white. Linda, check your account. My mother pulled out her phone. She opened her banking app. She stared at it. What did you do? I took my money back. Your money? That is our money. No. It is my money. Money I loaned you over 7 years. $58,300. I am taking it back. You cannot do that. I just did. My father stood up. You put that money back right now. No. Nicole, we need that money. The property taxes are due in 2 weeks. We do not have it without that account. Should have thought of that before you treated my daughter like garbage. We did not treat her like garbage, my mother said. We gave her food. We included her. You put her on a folding chair next to the trash can. You gave her a paper plate. You told her there was not enough food for her. You made her feel worthless. At Christmas, while 14 people sat at a table and ignored her. She could have sat at the table if you had told us she was coming. I told you 3 weeks ago. You forgot. Or you did not care. Either way, you made a choice. And I am making a choice too. Come on, Maddie. Maddie stood up. She left the paper plate on the chair. She walked over to me. She took my hand. Jackie stood up. You are insane. You are destroying them over a seating arrangement. I am protecting my daughter from people who do not value her. She is fine. Look at her. She is fine. She is not fine. She is 9 years old and she just learned that her own grandparents think she belongs next to the trash. That is not fine. You are going to regret this, my father said. His voice was shaking. That money is ours. You gave it to us. I loaned it to you. You never paid it back. I am taking it back now. Sue me if you want. But I have records. Every transfer. Every conversation where you promised to pay me back. Every broken promise. I have proof. Take me to court. See what happens. We cannot afford court. We cannot afford anything now. You just took everything. You took my daughter's dignity. I took my money. We are even. I grabbed our coats. Maddie put hers on. We walked out. Nobody followed us. Nobody tried to stop us. They just sat there. Staring. Silent. We got in the car. I started the engine. I did not look back. Maddie was quiet. I waited for her to say something. To ask questions. To be upset. But she did not. She just stared out the window. We were 5 minutes down the road when she finally spoke. You really did it. I did. You took the money back. I did. How much was it? $58,000. She turned to look at me. That is a lot of money. It is. Were you saving it for college? For me? No. I have a separate account for that. This was just money I had loaned them over the years. Money they never paid back. Oh. She was quiet for another minute. Then, thank you. For what? For doing the thing you promised. For standing up for me. You should not have had to ask me to do that. I should have done it the second they put you next to the trash can. You did it when it mattered. I reached over and squeezed her hand. She squeezed back. We drove home. We ordered pizza. We watched Christmas movies. We opened presents. It was the best Christmas we ever had. My phone started ringing at 6 p.m. My mother. I did not answer. My father. I did not answer. Jackie. I did not answer. They called 53 times that night. I blocked every call. The texts started coming. Mom, how could you do this to us? Dad, we raised you. We fed you. We gave you a home. And this is how you repay us. Jackie, you are a terrible person. Mom is crying. Dad is having chest pains. You need to give the money back. I did not respond. The next day, more calls. More texts. More anger. They tried guilting me. Threatening me. Begging me. Nothing worked. I did not respond. I did not engage. I just blocked and moved on. 3 days after Christmas, my father showed up at my house. I did not let him in. I talked to him through the Ring camera. Nicole, please. We need that money. The taxes are due next week. We are going to lose the house. You should have thought of that before you humiliated my daughter. We did not humiliate her. We made a mistake with the seating. That is all. You put her next to a trash can. You gave her a paper plate. You told her there was not enough food for her. That is not a mistake. That is cruelty. She is a child. She does not understand. She understands perfectly. She understands that you do not value her. That you think she is less important than Jackie's kids. That you think she belongs in the corner, by herself, eating scraps. That is not true. Then why did you do it? He did not answer. He just stood there. Shoulders slumped. Face tired. Please, Nicole. We are begging you. We will lose everything. Then lose everything. Maddie lost her sense of belonging. Her sense of worth. You took that from her. Now you get to know what it feels like to lose something important. You are punishing us. No. I am protecting my daughter. There is a difference. I ended the call. I blocked him on the Ring app too. Over the next 2 weeks, the calls continued. From relatives. From family friends. From people I had not talked to in years. Everyone had an opinion. Everyone thought I was wrong. They are your parents. You owe them. It was one dinner. One mistake. You are destroying their lives over nothing. Maddie is fine. She does not even remember. That last one made me the angriest. Maddie remembered. She would always remember. She would remember sitting alone. Watching everyone else eat. Hearing her aunt say there was not enough food for her. Feeling invisible. Worthless. Not enough. And she would also remember that I stood up for her. That I kept my promise. That I protected her. That mattered more than any of their opinions. My parents tried to get an emergency loan. They were denied. Bad credit. No income. No collateral. The bank said no. They tried to sell things. Furniture. Jewelry. Anything worth money. It was not enough. They could not come up with the property taxes. They were 3 weeks late. Then 4. Then 6. The county started foreclosure proceedings. My parents had 60 days to pay or they would lose the house. Jackie called me. Screaming. Are you happy now? They are losing their house. Because of you. Because of them. They had the money. They spent it. That is not my problem. You took it back. You did not give them a chance. They did not give Maddie a chance. They humiliated her. They made her feel like she did not matter. And you all sat there and let it happen. You laughed. You made jokes. You did nothing. So no, I do not feel bad. Not even a little bit. You are destroying this family. The family was already destroyed. I am just refusing to pretend anymore. She hung up. I blocked her number. 2 months after Christmas, my parents lost the house. It went to auction. Sold for less than it was worth. They had to move. They found a small apartment. 40 minutes away. Cheap. Loud. Not safe. But it was all they could afford on Social Security. Jackie blamed me. She told everyone I was vindictive. That I ruined their lives over nothing. That Maddie was fine and I was using her as an excuse. Some people agreed with her. Some people agreed with me. The family fractured. Half stopped speaking to me. Half stopped speaking to my parents. Everyone picked sides. Nobody won. I did not care. Maddie was happy. She was thriving. She joined a new art program at school. She made friends. She smiled more. She laughed more. She stopped asking why Grandma did not love her. She stopped trying to be good enough for people who would never think she was good enough. In March, my mother sent a letter. Handwritten. 4 pages. She apologized. She said she did not realize how bad it was. She said she should have put Maddie at the table. She said she missed us. She said she wanted to make things right. I read it once. Then I put it in a drawer. I did not respond. In June, Maddie turned 10. We had a party. Just her friends. 12 girls. Pool party. Pizza. Cake. She had the best time. My parents sent a card. I threw it away unopened. Summer passed. Fall came. School started. Maddie was in 5th grade. She was happy. Confident. She did not talk about my parents. She did not ask about them. She had moved on. In November, my father called from a number I did not recognize. I answered thinking it was work. Nicole, please. Just listen. I am hanging up. Your mother is sick. I paused. What? She has cancer. Stage 3. Ovarian. She starts chemo next week. I sat down. I am sorry to hear that. Will you come see her? She wants to apologize. She wants to see Maddie. No. She is sick, Nicole. She might die. Then she will die knowing she treated my daughter like trash, and I will die knowing I protected her from it. You are really going to keep Maddie away from her dying grandmother? Yes. That is cruel. What you did to Maddie was cruel. This is consequence. Goodbye, Dad. I hung up. I blocked the number. Maddie heard the conversation. She came downstairs. Was that Grandpa? Yes. What did he want? Grandma is sick. Cancer. He wanted us to visit. Oh. She thought for a minute. Do you want to go? No. Do you? No. Are you sure? Yeah. I do not really think about them anymore. Is that bad? No. It is not bad. It is healthy. Okay. Can we have tacos for dinner? Yeah. We can have tacos. She went back upstairs. I sat there for a long time, thinking. I did not feel guilty. I did not feel sad. I felt nothing. They were strangers now. People I used to know. People who hurt my daughter. People I had no obligation to anymore. Fast forward to now. Maddie is 12. She is in 7th grade. She is on the honor roll. She is in advanced art and advanced English. She has a close group of friends. She has a life full of people who value her, who see her, who make space for her at the table. My mother survived cancer. She is in remission. She lives in the same small apartment. I do not know much beyond that. I do not ask. I do not care. My parents tried to reach out a few more times. Cards. Emails. Messages through relatives. I ignore all of it. Maddie does too. We have moved on. We have built a life that does not include them. And we are happier for it. Do I regret taking the money? No. Not even for a second. That money represented 7 years of me bailing them out. 7 years of being the responsible one. The reliable one. The one who fixed everything. And in return, they treated my daughter like she was disposable. Like she was less important than everyone else. Like she belonged next to the trash. Taking the money was not revenge. It was a boundary. It was me saying, you do not get to use me financially and abuse my daughter emotionally. Pick one. They picked neither. They lost both. And I am okay with that. People say I should forgive them. That they are old. That they made a mistake. That family is important. But here is what those people do not understand. They did not make a mistake. They revealed who they are. And who they are is people who think some grandchildren matter more than others. People who think a 9-year-old belongs on a folding chair next to the trash while everyone else sits at the table. People who laugh when a child asks for more food. I will not expose my daughter to people like that. I will not teach her that love is conditional. That she has to earn her place at the table. That she should accept crumbs and be grateful. Maddie knows she is valued now. She knows she deserves to be at the table. She knows that anyone who makes her sit next to the trash is not worth her time. And that is the most important lesson I could ever teach her. So, what do you think? Did I go too far, or just far enough? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want more stories about mothers who chose their children over toxic families, do not forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon. I've got 2 more stories queued up for you, both about the moment we realize protecting our kids means walking away from the people who are supposed to love them. Click on whichever one calls to you. Until next time, remember, family is about who shows up, not who shows up in your DNA.